Chapter 784. However, the person who was going to live here was none other than Emma, whom she had always despised and looked down on. As she thought about this, Olivia also said, "Grandma, I'll come with you too." After she was done speaking, she quickly hurried forward as she supported her grandmother's arm on one side while her brother held onto her grandmother's other arm. The grandmother and her grandchildren walked into the living room as they observed the splendid and amazing decorations and renovation in the house. They were so amazed that they could not even say anything at all. The ceiling in the oversized living room was more than 10 meters high, and there was a huge, luxurious gold and crystal chandelier in the middle of the living room. The light reflecting from the crystal chandelier was so colorful and bright. It was so beautiful that it was simply suffocating. Lady Richard could not help but feel her legs trembling as she stood in the luxurious living room. Compared to this villa, her own villa was simply nothing at all. The renovation and decoration in this villa was countless times better compared to that of her own villa. The old lady could not help but think that it would really be a very comfortable and pleasant experience if she could just live here. If she could really live in this villa, then she would just want to continue staying in the villa and appreciate and look at all the decorations in the villa every day. It was a pity that she did not have the opportunity to live here. Even though her son, Trump, has always been very useless, he was really very fortunate when it came to choosing a son-in-law. Who would have thought that a useless piece of trash like Alex, who had grown up in an orphanage, would actually have such good luck? If she had known this a long time ago, she would never have looked down on Alex from the very beginning. In fact, she would have been very polite and respectful to him and Trump's family. If that had been the case, she would have been given the opportunity to live in this luxurious villa. It was really a pity that she had clearly severed her relationship with Trump and his family from the very beginning. Even if she wanted to restore her relationship with them now, she was afraid that they might not agree to it. At this time, Harold and Olivia felt even more uncomfortable and upset. Olivia could not stop her eyes from turning red as she looked around the living room that was simply luxurious and looked like a palace. If her grandmother had not offended Alex, would the White family have annulled her engagement to Daniel? She would have already married into the White family and became the daughter-in-law of the White family. However, after being used by Sean Richard and Alan Baker, Olivia's reputation in Oris Hill had been completely ruined. During this period of time, she did not even have a single suitor at all. It seemed as though her dream of marrying into a wealthy and powerful family would no longer come true. Just as the grandmother and the grandchildren were thinking about their fate, the porters had already moved all of the furniture into the living room. Trump counted each and every piece of furniture, and he checked each of the pieces individually to make sure that everything was fine. He was very excited at this time. In fact, it was obvious that Trump felt very sentimental about this set of furniture. It was really a dream come true for him to be able to buy this set of furniture. Therefore, Trump came to Lady Richard with a look of excitement on his face before he said, "Mom, it seems as though there's nothing wrong with the furniture. How should I transfer the money over to you, then?" Lady Richard looked at Trump with a complicated expression on her face before she said, "Trump, you're still my son no matter what happened in the past. Since you like this sofa set so much, I will just give it to you." Trump hurriedly replied, "Mom, how can we do that? I should pay for the furniture. Even if you decide to give this sofa set to me, my brother will definitely not agree to it. Besides that, isn't the Richard family short of money now? If I pay you, you'll be able to use this money to help the Richard family to tide over this tough situation." Lady Richard shook her head before she said earnestly, "Trump, I know that you're worried for us, but you can rest assured that you don't need to worry at all. The Richard family can still survive, and I'm still the head of the Richard family. If I say that the set of furniture belongs to you, then the set of furniture belongs to you." When Trump heard this, he was very grateful and he quickly said, "Thank you, Mom." Elaine was also very excited at this time. Was this old lady finally turning over a new leaf? Was she really saying no to $1.2 million? That was simply fantastic. she would have the opportunity to figure out a way to take charge of that money again. Unexpectedly, Lady Richard sighed pitifully before she said, "Trump, the Richard family villa will be taken away from us soon. At that time, your mother will have to sleep out on the streets. Since your villa is so huge and luxurious, shouldn't you at least spare a bedroom for your mom?"